Every organization has security policies. Most of them are well written. They describe how systems should be protected, how access should be controlled, how risk should be managed, and on paper, they make complete sense. But breaches rarely happen because policies don't exist. They happen because policies are not how systems are actually used. This is the gap between security policy and security behavior, and it exists in almost every real environment.
Security policies are designed to represent intent. They capture what an organization wants to believe about itself. That access is reviewed, that privileges are limited, that controls are enforced consistently, that exceptions are rare. Policies are structured, auditable, clean. They define rules, roles, and responsibilities. They satisfy compliance requirements. They give leadership confidence. But policies describe a static world. Real environments are not static. Security behavior emerges under pressure. Deadlines, outages, customer impact, legacy systems, incomplete tooling. When systems break, people find ways to make them work again. When access blocks productivity, exceptions are created. When controls slow delivery, workarounds appear. These decisions are rarely malicious. They are practical. They are rational. They are often approved. Security behavior is shaped by incentives, not policy language. The gap between policy and behavior does not appear overnight. It grows slowly. One exception becomes two. Temporary access becomes permanent. A legacy dependency remains just for now. A service account keeps broader permissions than intended. Each individual decision seems small, justified, low risk. But over time, these decisions accumulate. Security does not fail suddenly. It drifts. Audits evaluate policy alignment. They check whether controls exist, whether reviews occurred, whether documentation is present. Audits are not designed to observe behavior. They rarely capture how access is actually used, which paths are relied on, which exceptions are normalized. So organizations pass audits while operating far from their documented intent. This is not deception, it is abstraction. Attackers do not read security policies. They observe behavior. They look for which accounts are used most often, which systems are trusted implicitly, which controls are bypassed for convenience. They don't exploit policy failures. They exploit behavioral consistency. Where behavior diverges from policy, predictability emerges. Closing the gap between policy and behavior is difficult. Because policies are owned by governance, but behavior is owned by operations, security teams often lack authority over delivery timelines, operational trade-offs, and business pressure. So instead of enforcing alignment, organizations tolerate divergence. Not because they are careless, but because they are prioritizing continuity. Most security failures are not violations. They are compromises. They represent decisions where risk was understood and accepted. The problem is not that teams don't know better. The problem is that reality keeps winning. Security policy is necessary, but it is not sufficient. Real security lives in behavior, in habits, in exceptions, in what people actually do when systems are under stress. Until organizations understand that gap, they will keep asking the wrong questions, and they will keep being surprised by outcomes that were entirely predictable.